evening, good evening, good evening. If you can hear me, just say hi in the comments. Hey, we are live on YouTube tonight. It's going to be a great and wonderful night. Hello, can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, just let me know. Hello, hello, hello. Does that mean you can't hear me? If you can hear me, please say, yes, I can hear you. Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. That's great. That's what I need to hear. I might need to adjust my light so that it stops creating that ring on my glasses. But I'm glad. Woo! Welcome, everyone. Please tell us where you are tuning in from. Tell us where you are tuning in from. We need to know. Wondering. I hope you are not hearing the echo of the fan behind my head. They can hear me very well. Fantastic. So please tell us where you are tuning in from. Lagos, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya. Just let us know. Hello, Latoya. It's so good to see all of you here tonight. I'm super duper excited. Yo, I have to something like this might be better. I don't know. I guess it's gonna help. Yay! Everybody's talking to us. Yes, yes. Lagos, Nigeria, thank you. Ghana, you're welcome. Akwaba. Ooh, Anambra State. Okay, very good. Kenya, thank you very much. Ibadan, Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. Please tell us where you're from. We would love to say hi to you and recognize you. You are all welcome to tonight's class. And this is an issue that is very dear to many bakers. So I'm looking forward to having loads and loads of bakers in this class tonight. And we are going to do quite some work. Yes. Lagos, Nigeria, Enugu, Port Harcourt. Thank you very much for joining in. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yes, please tell us. New York, USA. Thank you very much. Ooh. How is President Donald Trump doing? Kaduna, Nigeria. Lovely to see you here. All right, let's get it going. Any more people wanting to tell us where they're from? It'll be lovely to hear from you all. All right, so that we don't waste much time because we have quite a lot to do this evening, I would want us to say a word of prayer and just dive in. Anybody who comes late will meet us on it. Ghana, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. Let's start with a word of prayer. Father, thank you for the opportunity that I have. It's a privilege to be speaking to these wonderful people, these bakers from across the world, different countries, African countries, the US, that are gathered here tonight to learn. I ask, Holy Spirit, that you come and you teach us by yourself. Give me the right words and interpret it in their hearts so that they can translate it into their businesses and that there will be a transformation in each person's business going forward from here in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, for you are our help. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Whew. All right. All right. All right. All right. Um, just briefly, the way you're introducing yourselves, I'll just take a few minutes, like 3-5 minutes, to introduce myself, especially because we have a lot of people who they hear Coach Ayo, but they don't know who she is. So my name is Ayo Adeusi. I'm the one that is called Coach Ayo or Coach A, whichever one suits you. I'm a cake business coach, but I started out in the cake industry as a cake baker and decorator in the year 1997. If you were born then, Please say it in the comments. 1997. Yes, that was when I started out. In those days, there was no internet and all of that. It was quite a funny time. Nobody was willing to teach the other. We had to learn, and beat about the bush and, crawl around to get things done. A lot of people didn't want to share their knowledge because they believed that you will take their customers, right? Um, I then after so many years, I had the privilege of traveling to the UK often. So, not far from where I used to stay then was this cake shop. It was a Wilton shop. And so, almost on a daily basis, I would go into that shop and begin to look at the dummies they have. And we try to figure out, how did they do this? How did they do that? Those character pans, especially the teddy bear that will be sitting that way. I'm like, how do they do this? And eventually I started buying books. Okay. I started buying books. And then when I'll get back to Nigeria, then I will sit down and try and interpret every line and craft what is written in it. That was how I trained myself to make cakes. I didn't go into a proper classroom until the year 2012 to learn anything cake. And I was baking all the way from 97 to that time. I had done so many wedding cakes. So many. At that time, I could count up to 50 wedding cakes I had done in between that time without entering any class. And they were all perfect and nice, just learning from regular books. Family issues, we moved to another city. I continued my business there. Family issues, I moved to another country and continued to ply my trade there. And everywhere I went, I would train other people to bake cakes and to decorate their cakes. And I was following trends and teaching people that way. So by the time I started living in Ghana and I set up a proper training center again, in a space of 1 year, I think we had trained almost 100 people in cake craft, sugar craft, cake baking, decoration, and the sugar arts, right? In physical classrooms. And then um, somewhere along the line, I started to train online. So I would record courses and put it out there for people and drop it in bits in a class. I'll coordinate a course like this and drop some form of it, and then they had to practice and all of that. So I started teaching online cake baking. That was what I was teaching. You see, in those years that I was doing all that baking, I had problems, and they had to do with how to get more customers, how to price my cakes, how to get more students into the training center, how to handle my staff with all the different shenanigans that they were coming up with. You know, I had all those issues, especially getting more customers, because there was a time that it was so bad. All the money we would make in a month was just enough to pay my staff. I wouldn't get any pay, and then we had bills to pay, which would be outstanding. It was that bad because we were not getting enough. I was not getting enough orders. That was when I started looking for, and that was what brought me in touch with my very first coach, who recognized what I was lacking and started to teach me. And from that year, 2016, I think, till date, I've been under one coach or the other, learning cake business and implementing the things that I was taught, and doing more by developing myself. And as a result, by the time I shut down my cake business in 2020, at the end of 2021, on my books, I had corporate clients, I had individual clients, all of them going to 500. A lot of them were repeat customers, right? And then they were the ones, word of mouth, bringing more customers. Social media wasn't this agog then, so there wasn't so much going on there. You still had to do your mouth of word of mouth and all of that. And so by the time I was shutting down eventually to go into coaching and consulting as I'm doing now, I had that number, and I had trained well over 2,000 cake business owners, physically and online at that time. So I devoted my time to coaching and consulting, because I discovered that the same problems I had then that I was able to overcome is still the same problems cake bakers are having till today. And a lot are still crawling through the darkness. Now, if we have gone through it and then we've been able to overcome that problem, you should not have to crawl through the dark. You should just be able to come to those who know and say, how do I go about this? And then you are given and taught so that you do much better. That is what it is all about. And so I built up my system to continually train cake business owners to grow their businesses, because I discovered that we all have the same problems. And what is that problem? We have our skills, we are good at making our cakes, but we don't know anything about business. Most of us don't know much about business. We just think once we're able to make our cakes, we are good to go. That's what we thought. But no, 80% of your success in cake business comes from knowing business skills. The remaining 20% is your cake skills. You can actually ask people to make your cakes, but there are some aspects of your business, of running a business, that you as the business owner must do yourself, especially when it comes to marketing, getting new customers into your fold, and retaining your old customers. So this is me. This is how I got here, right? And for those who know me, they know that I'm a believer in Christ, and I'm an ardent one for that matter. So whatever problems I have, I take them to God in prayers. That was actually how I got to meet my first coach, because when I didn't know what to do, I went on my knees and I prayed and I asked God to show me. And that day, I just had a name in my ear. I didn't know that name. I didn't know who it was, but I heard that name. So I went to Google and typed the name, and two people came up with that name. One a Nigerian, the other one an American. And I searched them out and I discovered that one of them was a business coach. That was how my journey into getting out of my troubles started. So I'm very, very deeply spiritual. I don't play with the spiritual. Till today, this course that you are attending today was what God whispered in my ears. 20 in January, run a content creation course for cake bakers. That is the major problem they have. And I did a poll and I discovered that it was true. But it was God that told me. I'm that deep. I'm that deep. And I want to implore you that you need to be that deep too, because it's going to help you surmount a lot of the troubles, that the things that worry a lot of people. But that is Coach Ayo for you. I'm just telling you who I am. December last year, by the grace of God, I turned 60. And but I love to do my work. God has given me sound health, and I'm going to put all that into use for you today and subsequently. So, what do we hope to achieve in this class tonight? I've introduced myself that way. If you need to know more about me, you get in my DM later. All right? Thank you. So, what do we hope to achieve tonight? Because this course is about content creation for African cake bakers. How? We are all on social media now. That is where business takes place. Since COVID came, it taught us that the world is a global stage. So you as a cake baker in Accra, Ghana, you can get customers from Ukraine. You can get customers from Australia by being on social media. And you see, each social media platform has its own specialty. When it comes to business, it is Instagram. Socializing is Facebook. More intimate relationships is WhatsApp. TikTok for the young people who want to dance, right? With time, it will define itself properly. But this is how we got to start doing business online. And Instagram says, in fact, if WhatsApp says more than 2 billion people use WhatsApp on a daily basis. How many do you think Instagram uses? If you have any clue, put it in the chat. How many people use Instagram, or how many accounts do we have on Instagram? If you have any clue or you want to guess, let's do something. You guess right, you get a 30-minute strategy session with me where I will help you to dissect some of the problems you have in your business and give you strategies that you go and employ and that will shoot your sales up. If you get it right, 30-minute strategy session, who's gonna do it? Haha, the answers are coming. 10 billion, 1.5 billion. Okay. Any more answers? Any other person wanting a strategy session where you would ask me questions about your business and I will listen to them and I will give you strategies that work. Strategies that work. I'll share some testimonials with you of people who have been in my strategy sessions and what they say about my sessions. Yeah. How many people use Instagram daily? Yes, I'm waiting. Okay, I'm going to go on from there. Unfortunately, all the answers I can see from here, nobody has got it right. Nobody. I'm going to go on, but I'll give you the answer later. But I'm going to cut it off here. So, tonight, what we hope to, I hope, because of being on Instagram as a cake business owner, you need to um, be able to communicate or find customers. You need to find customers, communicate your products to them in such a way that they are willing to buy. By the time you finish speaking to them, they want to give you their money. That is what business is all about. But to do that effectively on social media, especially Instagram, on all social medias, you need to create what we all know as content. On Instagram, everywhere, content has two parts. There's the written part, and there's the part that is either an image or a video. Both of them combined together is called the content. The written part is called the caption. On Instagram, the visual part could be a reel, it could be a carousel, it could be multiple pictures, it could be a single picture, it doesn't matter, infographics and all of them. But there's the visual part and there's the written part, and together they are known as the content that we use. The same thing on Facebook, the same thing everywhere, you know. Only that on Facebook you can do without pictures, right? But Instagram is business, so people need to see what they want to buy. So tonight, there are actually three things that I have slated to teach you that will transform your business. You will get more customers to look at your products and want to give you their money. The first thing is I want to show you 5 pillars of the 5-pillar content framework. It is guaranteed to give you views that will end in sales all the time if you follow it consistently and religiously. 5-pillar content framework. You have to be consistent and you have to be religious about it. Okay? The second thing that we hope to achieve tonight is for you to know how to create magnetic captions that will sell your products and your offers. I'm going to distinguish between products and offers as we go along. And the third thing is I'm going to show you how to use Instagram artificial intelligence to increase your sales and make your sales consistent. There is a way you can train the algorithm to favor you. Yes. But first of all, before we go on, let me disabuse your mind from something. Most cake business people complain about not having followers. What is most important in your business on social media is not followers. What is most important is engagement. How are people engaging with your posts? Are they seeing your posts? Are they liking your posts? Are they sharing it with other people? Are they saving it? Are they making comments on it? The engagement on your post is what is most important. And you need to always check the views. How many people are viewing? Are they my followers? Are they non-followers? Are they men? Are they women? Which cities do they represent? Those are the things that are important when it comes to growing your business and making more sales. It is not the number of followers. You will find, if you go and look at social media managers, those who manage other people's businesses, most of them never have followers up to 2,000. Go and check them out. Most of them don't. Their followers are always in the hundreds. Yet, they are managing all your accounts and cashing out from you on a regular. They are cashing out from you on a regular. Yet, they don't have that. The numbers you are seeing, driples, and you are seeing dewdrops, and you are seeing Alexander cakes from Tanzania, and you are seeing Zimbabwe cakes, and they are 120, 350,000, and you are like, I also want to get those numbers. No, run after sales. The numbers will follow. Okay, the numbers will follow. So those are the three things that I'm going to quickly try to share with you. We have only 2 hours tonight, not more than that. But as you know, you can never learn everything in one night this way. It's not possible. And as a result, I have created a course which I'll be telling you about later. You can't learn everything in a night like this. So if you go to free classes like this and you think you are going to learn everything that will make your business top notch, you have been deceiving yourself, or somebody has deceived you. Please take the truth from me today. Somebody who has gone through the process. You don't learn everything in one night 2-hour classes like this. It can be an eye-opener. You learn some things that, depending on who is teaching, some people come and they ramble. At the end of the day, you don't know what they've said. Some people will come and they will teach you some strategic things that you will know that, man, I took something away from there. But that will not always be all, because 2 hours is not enough to do a work of a lifetime. Okay? So we're going to get right into it, but let's set the rules tonight. Be polite in your language in the comments. Show respect for other participants. You can interact. You can joke about what they've said or the comment they've put there, but be very polite about it. Show respect. Now, if you have questions as I'm teaching, our moderator is here, and I have members of my premium club also here who are checking out your questions, and they are loading it onto my DM for me so that I'll be able to answer. If you are a member of my premium club and you are here, what happened there? Something does. Okay, it's clear. If you are a member of my premium club and you are here tonight, just type premium club in the comments, in the chat box. If you are a member of the premium club and you are here, just chat, just put it there, premium club. You will hear about that also later. So let's start this thing off. I have described to you what content is. On Instagram, it is the visual plus what you write, the written words, the script together forms the content. The written script is called caption. The visual, there are different types and they have different names. You have videos. So you can do videos and turn them into reels. You can have videos and keep them as videos. You can have pictures. You can have multiple pictures. You can have carousels. Multiple pictures too are also carousels, but you can have words in multiple pictures. You can have music in multiple pictures and all of that, all on Instagram, okay? And that is what your content is. You see, this content is what people read and watch that helps them to decide whether they want to buy from you or not. So there is a science to how to present your pictures or your visuals, and a science how to write your captions to captivate people, stop them from scrolling away, Because when you pick up your phone and you're on Instagram, all you are doing is scrolling. Whatever catches your attention, you stop at it. You want to make sure that every time you post, whatever you put there is enough to stop them, make them read, and eventually make a decision to buy from you. A lot of those who will buy from you from tonight may not press the like button on your page. Like I have said, it is the engagement that you should go after, and I'm still going to talk about that later in details. Thank you, my premium club members. I can see some of them here. Trailblazer Monica is here. Trailblazer Oboshi is here. Trailblazer Kemi is here. Trailblazer now Sam Naomi is also here. I can see some of them already. We call ourselves Trailblazer in the premium club, so it gives you an idea of what happens in that place. Those people are doing fantastic work, and they are doing businesses in millions. Forget anybody's telling you that the economy is bad. People are cashing out. Oh, people are cashing out. Don't be deceived. And that is one of the reasons why you have this course tonight. So we're talking about content, right? And how you can stop people from scrolling to get them to read what you have written and watch what you have produced. If you notice in the cake industry, a lot of cake bakers make behind the scenes videos. So these days, we are even tired of watching them because they're just showing you from scratch how they made the cake, covered it in buttercream or crumbs, and then they put chocolate ganache on it, and then fondant or whipped cream or something, and that's it. But there's so much more that you can do that will stand you out and make people stop at your page, to the point that when they pick up their phones anytime, they will look for your name and go to your page, because they know that they will get some sense, they will enjoy themselves, they will have fun and different things on your page. And that is what I'm about to tell you. The 5 pillars framework of the kind of posts. It tells you 5 different types of posts that you can put on Instagram, which will be a showstopper anytime if you do them right. The first type is what we call awareness content. Then we have educational content. Then we have engagement content. We have conversion content. And then we have the relatable content. I'm going to explain all of it. Don't worry yourself. You don't have the problem. The only thing is that I cannot explain in details and give examples and allow you to do some work and then, continue. We can't do that because of time. It's in the course which I have mentioned that will be done, and I'll give you the details later. And that course is called Content Creation That Makes Top Bakers in Africa. Hey, you want to become a top baker in Africa? You got to go to that course. So, what is an awareness content? It's the type of content that helps you get more people to discover your page, discover your brand, and follow you. Okay? They are attention grabbing. So, like, I have my phone and I'm scrolling and I see something interesting, I will stop. Awareness content are those type of content that makes people stop scrolling. Okay? Customers who never knew you existed. The AI pushes your post as one of the ones in their feed, and they see something and they go like that, like, there's something here. And from reading that one, they go to your page and they get more and they get more and they stay with you. A lot of you, that is how you got into my community. I have members of the Acbn community here tonight. Some have been with me since 2020. Yes, especially the my Ghanaian people. They've been with me since 2020. Yes, I tell you that. So welcome to all those who just joined in the last few days or few weeks. You're going to have a jolly ride. This is just a taste of it. So the goal of awareness content is to show people who never knew you that you exist, and they become interested in what you are doing. And the kind of content that we call awareness content, let me give you examples. It can be a reel, right? a reel that shows transformation from your simple ingredients to a stunning finished cake with trending music. Listen, music is now trending on Instagram. So when you, even when you post a picture, please put music on it. We have discovered that human research has said human beings, there's a connection to music for human beings, and that is why Instagram too has put the music button there, because they understand it. They use human psychology, and part of the things I'm teaching you tonight is human psychology. The human being has been studied, and we know the things that can trigger them to buy from you. And those are the things I'm showing you tonight. What will trigger them to buy from you? All right. So, but when you are going to use music on Instagram, please avoid copyright issues. So use music that Instagram suggests. It will bring a whole list. You can search a song that you like, or you can search a musician. As long as it brings it up, you'll be able to avoid copyright issues. Don't go bring your own music from outside, because 6 months down the line, they may flag it. Before, they used to flag it almost immediately. But these days, they wait 3 months, 6 months, and they flag it and say it's either you take it out or they remove your page. It happened recently, and it happened to Dripple's Cakes of Nigeria recently. She was livid because she didn't know what to do, because almost all her recent posts were flagged. Okay. The other way to get around it is to put in your captions, I do not own copyrights to this music. If you put that in every of your pages, you'll be free. You'll be able to go. Another kind of content that can be an awareness content is your post, where you write. That is something that cake bakers are not used to. We can post pictures, we can post behind the scenes, but we find it difficult to write. But you have to adjust, because you are here now, you want your business to grow, and you should be willing to do whatever it will take to make your business grow, including writing. Unfortunately, our phones can do voice to text. So if you use your transcription app, you just talk to the app and it's going to transcribe it for you. You just clean it up, make sure you have the right spellings and the right words, and you put it out. So you don't have any excuse not to start making carousels. That's where I'm going. You need to start making carousels. And if you want to stand out, you are here tonight, you want to stand out in the industry, one good way to stand out now is written carousels. I'm not talking about picture carousels, because people in the cake industry are doing that. Written carousels. For example, 5 cake myths you need to stop believing. And whatever content you are putting out, the content is for your target audience. So it's not for fellow cake business owners. Because a lot of you, the posts you are putting out is for fellow cake business owners. Are they going to buy from you? They will not. So you are wasting your time creating content for fellow cake business owners, except they are your market. Maybe you make flowers and you sell to cake bakers, then you can make content for them. Maybe you mold toppers, then you can make content for them. But if the consumer or your target audience are those who are going to eat your cake, and you have been posting sharp edge, see how neat it is, see my color combination, you are missing it. You must post for your target audience, what will interest them. For instance, this topic, 5 cake myths you need to stop believing. 5 cake, please, can somebody just type that in the chat? 5 cake myths you need to stop believing. Moderator, if you are there, 5 cake myths you need to stop believing. That is something that will interest end users, those who consume your cake. It will not interest cake bakers, but it will interest those who will take your cake. You can be telling them the difference between store-bought cakes and homemade cakes. The wide quality of ingredients are different and all of that. Those are the kind of things that will interest your target audience. But fellow cake bakers, they don't want to know anything about that. You can do polls too to create awareness, so that people who have not known you can stop and for instance, if you are doing a poll, which cake flavor do you love most? That's your post for the day, and you put it up. Poll. take answer in the comments or answer in the post section and say, which cake flavor do you love most? It is consumers who would answer those questions. They will see it and they will be interested. But cake bakers will not be interested. And since you are not serving them, don't bother yourself. They can follow you because from today you are going to become a star baker, so they will follow you. But you focus on your target audience. Those parents who are buying cakes, those corporate clients who are giving you cake contracts, eh? Those CEOs of blue chip companies, C-suite managers, and the rest of them. Concentrate on them. They are the ones who are going to buy from you. So you come up with ideas of what they will enjoy. There are many AIs around, artificial intelligence, that you can ask questions about. These are the kind of people who buy cakes from me. What are the things? Give me 5 ideas of things that can interest them that I can use to write content. Go to ChatGPT, ask those questions. ChatGPT will give you ideas. Then you take its ideas and you develop it, put it out there. Then you begin to study from the back end. How is it doing? Are people viewing it? Are they relating to it? That is how to grow. That is how to market your business. That is how to ensure that those who don't know you are coming to know you. Awareness content, number 1. Educational content. People like to stick with those they trust. If you have bought clothes or shoes for your children from a certain shop in the market and those shoes were good and they lasted, the next time you want to buy from them, I guarantee you that will be the first place you will go to, because now you trust that person. It's the same thing with your cakes. That is why when you post reviews, it gingers other people to buy, because now somebody has said, I've bought from her cakes are good, was this satisfied, this is what I got from her. Now it's helping you to build trust. Educational posts help you build trust and positions you as an expert cake baker, an expert cake decorator, an expert sugar artist. That is what educational content does for you. When you educate your customers, your target audience, your target market, when you educate them, it positions you as the expert that they can go to anytime they need cakes, because it means an expert means the person knows her onions and she will always give you the best. That is what educational content does. People trust bakers who educate them. When they need a cake, they remember that person and they go for you. An example will be if you do a carousel post. Why, and your title is why homemade cakes are better than supermarket cakes. If you have a topic like that, why homemade cakes are better than supermarket cakes, and you have maybe like 5 slides explaining, you take a point at a time, you talk about the ingredients, you talk about shelf life, you talk about artistry. Those are different topics under why homemade cakes are better than supermarket cakes, and you educate them. And your title when they are scrolling is why homemade cakes are better than supermarket cakes. Your target audience will stop and read that, and it gives them an idea that this person knows what she's talking about, this person knows what he's talking about. You talk about preservation, you talk about freshness. To convince them, they will stay with you. That's an example of content ideas that you can use for educational posts. I have many of them here, but I can't give all of them because I'm also looking at the time at the same time, because we can't be here forever tonight. Okay. You can also have a video which shows the essence of your video is, here is why our cakes taste different from others. That's your topic. Not just see how I make cakes. See how I make cakes doesn't mean anything. This is why my cakes stand out in the market. Anybody sees that, they want to see. What does she have to offer that is better than others? So it will stop them, make them watch. Even though you are educating them, but you have stopped them from going and diverted their attention to your own content and to your page, which is the essence of content in the first place. Your content is a form of advertisement for you. So you have to always put your best foot forward. I made this cake for Susan a week ago. Order your cake from me. That is not caption. Please stop writing that crap. It is outright crap. It doesn't speak to anybody. I don't care if you made a cake for Susan yesterday. What if I come to you? What do you have to offer me? That's the question. So stop talking about Susan. Talk about what you will offer me. Create educational posts. Create awareness videos. So there's another one. Here's why your cakes taste different, why my cakes taste different from others. Premium ingredients only. And you show them the lushness of how you are doing your thing. But you let those words scroll on the screen while you are mixing, right? Or while your video is running. That makes sense. All right. Please, if any of these things is resonating with you, please put it in the chat box. Say yes, say no, make a comment. Let's know that you are there and that you are watching and learning. Please, let's interact. The third type of content that you need to put out there, we call them engagement content. Engagement content. They help you build relationships with your customers or your target audience, those you want to sell to. It helps you to forge connections, okay? So that they now feel connected to your brand. See, getting customers to buy from you, there's something that is very, very important. Write it in your notepad in capital letters: emotions. 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 Very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. Somebody is giving a comment there. Ooh, I remembered I did a class with you and you gave cautious to be used and it's really helped, but I lost my phone and lost all that information. Whoa, sorry about that. You see, that's don't let's talk about losing phones. Don't let I won't get distracted. Engagement content. People buy from those they feel they have connections with. That is why when you've bought from somebody in the market and the thing is good, you go back there. But if for the first time, maybe this is your first time of going to buy that particular thing in the market, you don't know where to go to. It is the person who approaches you or when you enter their shop who relates with you nicely and you kind of form a kind of connection with, you are likely going to want to buy from that person rather than go looking elsewhere. So even if the person doesn't have the exact thing you are looking for, you are looking at what he has and says, which one can I use to, in place of what I'm looking for? Because now you believe you have had a bond. Maybe the person greeted you well. Oh, what do you need? I'm sure that is for you. Okay. I am thinking that this size will work for you. What do you think? Which size have you been using before? Or did you come with a sample? And he's asking you all those questions. And it makes you feel like this person, number one, knows what he's doing. Number two, this person is caring. That bond is formed. Then you want to buy from him. If at the end of the day you see that he doesn't have that thing, you will still be looking at what he has. Like, let me see whether I can buy one of these ones. There's no point going anywhere else. You would even take his contact. Next time you want to buy something entirely different in the market, you will call him and say, please advise me. Where can I buy this? Because when you went to his shop, there was a connection. It's the same thing on social media. You must use your content to forge a connection with those who are passing by, so that they become constant in your shop, which is your page, and eventually buy from you. An example of a content which engages people and forms that kind of bond with you Oh, the examples I have here are very funny that I wrote here. So, for example, you can use a Q&A and say, what's the funniest cake request you've ever made? You can ask your customer, what's the funniest cake request you've ever made? And then you go into the caption and write your own experience before you started making cakes, your own funniest cake um request before you started making cakes. In my own case, my funniest request was asking my customer to make my cake maker to make that kind of cake. You talk about yourself. It's going to make them come into the comments, and each person too will start to write their own. A bond is being formed. You ask a question and they're answering. But when you just put there, what's the funniest cake request you've ever made? You have posted it and then you go to your bakery. You are not even checking. The likelihood is that nobody is going to say anything. But you also go into the caption and write your own story, or write the story of one of your customers, the funny cake requests they made. They want you to bake a 3-tier cake. They come at 8 in the morning and say, I want a 3-tier cake by 10 a.m., not 10 p.m. They were at your shop at 8:15 in the morning and wanted a 3-tier cake to be delivered by 10:30, 12 kilometers away from your shop. Ridiculous. That kind of thing will make people relax, and they too will come up with their own. Bonding, okay? That's the third type of content we're talking about. Engagement content. When you engage your audience so that they talk, you chat back and forth with them. All right? Showing mistakes you made in making cakes could also serve to be an engagement content. Showing mistakes you've made will also be that kind of content for them, right? It makes you relatable when you show them mistakes you've made. So for a coach like me, when we do video recordings that we come and put online for you, a lot of things happen. For one video, you might be at it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You'll be doing one take, two take, three take, four. Those takes that I have mistakes, we can use them to show you what goes on with us and make you our friends. Okay. Now, another type of content, because I'm giving you 5 pillars, these contents are different, but you need to post them consistently using the 5 different ones and their variations, so that if I don't connect with your educational content, I will connect with your conversion content, I will connect with your relatable content, I will connect. And then once I connect, second time I see it, this person is making sense, I'll go to her page. It happens to you when you to go on Instagram. You see somebody today, tomorrow, this person is making sense. Let me see what they are doing. You go to the person's page. That's the same way people go to your page. So you should always stop and think, what will I do that will make people stop and interact with my posts? And then you go do that thing. You go do it. Okay. Conversion content. Now, these are content that you use to sell, direct sales. You know, you must have had, and if you have been in my community too, you'd have had that people don't like you to tell them, come and buy. The same way you too don't like people to tell you, come and buy. Other people too don't like people to tell them, come and buy. But there are times that you actually have to come out and say, buy. I've been telling you since you came into this class about a content creation course for top bakers in Africa. I'm still coming to tell you, come and buy. So there are times that you have to do come and buy. Valentine's season is coming. You have to do come and buy. You have to show them what you have and say, buy. It is those kind of posts that are called conversion content. They convert passers-by into customers for you. They help you to make sales, which is the main reason why you are on social media, to make sales. And this you present this post in such a way that it's easy for people, and you present in such a way that it is irresistible. Hey, when you make offers and you make brain racking offers, that they look at what you're offering and say, she's giving me bento cake plus wine plus ice cream plus chocolate plus pie plus the plus is going to like 10 at the same price. I buy bento from her for 200 though, and she says all these things for 250. Omo, this thing must not pass me by. It becomes irresistible. You The way you create it, one is irresistible. The way you present it is irresistible. They will put their hand in their pocket. They will put their hands in their pocket. I remember one cake baker that was in one of my classes when I did December. It was a December boot camp, and so they were creating December offers. And what she was offering that December was plain cake, not fruit cake, not anything, plain van on iced cake plus a tub of ice cream. So depending on the size, 8 inch, 8 inch cake, I think she was giving them 500 grams of ice cream. For 10 inch cake, she was giving them 750 grams. For 12 inch cake, she was giving them 1 kilogram of ice cream free. Free. That one you have to learn how to do it. That one too is another come and see American wonder magic that you must learn to do. Creating offers. And she set her target that okay, she didn't have so many customers, so if she's able to hit 40, that's good for her. She went past her target, then she had to go into hiding because people were placing orders. The offer, number one, made sense. Number two, the way she presented it on social media and to all her customers, they were calling friends and family to come and buy. So when you create offers that are top notch, it becomes a conversion content because people see it and they cannot just go away from it. They go, they come back. This is what I should buy. You, where will I get the money from? They go, they come back. I must look for money for this. And Valentine is here. You need to make some conversion content, sales content. You can call them sales content. So you can do like your Valentine's cake, you do pre-order. And another mistake that cake makers do make is when you create a flyer for your Valentine, post it on your social media once, and then you sit in your bakery, you are waiting, and every day you are going to check that post to see whether people will buy from you. You will check, nobody will buy because most people have not even seen that one post that you made. You need to make that post. People need to see that post at least 7 times before they can decide to buy from you. So as they are seeing it on Instagram, they are seeing it on Facebook, they are seeing it on WhatsApp. You will post it different forms. Today you are showing them how you are packing it. Tomorrow you are showing them what is inside without the box. Day after tomorrow you are arranging it into the box and showing them. The next day you are showing them the flyer. Another day you yourself, you show yourself and say, as a day so are not fine, I dey give you fine thing, you know, gree. You come and do like that. This is my Valentine offer, take it. That's another way to that's another way to make it. Will be interesting. All of you, when you leave here, go to Habiba Cakes on Instagram, Habeebah. She's doing one Valentine promo that every time I want to laugh, I will go there. I'm not buying anything. I actually want to buy, but she's so far from me. She's in another city. Because the moment that I saw it, I said, it would be a good thing to buy from this lady. The way she's advertising it, that is conversion content. When you present things for people to buy, but you cannot do that every day on your social media, otherwise people will boycott your account. You must present other things like the educational posts, you present other things like the awareness posts, so that they get convinced also that you are an expert that they can trust, that they can bond with, they can relate to. That will also make them to buy, apart from saying buy my offer. The last content type which I'm going to show you is the relatable content. Now this relatable content has to do with you, the owner of the brand. All the other ones are talking about your product and your brand. This one has to do with you, showing the people the kind of person who is behind the brand. Who are you? What do you believe in? How do you live your life? There was somebody who had a strategy session with me last week, and I looked at her page and I said, I can see beautiful pictures, good works of art, but I cannot see the owner of the cake. If I can't see the owner of the page, I don't go buy, because I don't know who you are. Are you a ghost? You know, in Lagos, if you go to Oshodi past 12 midnight, 1 a.m., you will see all sorts of people selling. Most of them, they are ghosts. They will be selling. And there are so many ghosts selling on social media as well. I must be able to connect with the person I want to buy from. So if I can't see you there, I don't know the kind of person you are. I would rather buy from the kind of person that I am. Somebody we have something in common. Not that we are exactly the same, but maybe with something in common. And it's only if you talk about those things on social media that I would know that I have something in common. Like, I believe in raising children up in the fear of the Lord. And if you also believe the same thing, and then when you make a post about it, something that happened in the home, oh, my child, I asked them to go and read their Bible and come and recite a Bible verse. And guess what? In a matter of seconds, they got it. And they could even give me the interpretation of it. I was so wowed. I believe in raising my children in the fear of the Lord. Now, many people will read it. Some will connect with it, knowing that, oh, okay, this is the kind of person I too, I believe in that kind of thing. So this is my kind of person. Tomorrow I'll look out for another post from you to see if I can find something interesting again from you. So this kind of post, you tell stories about yourself. I do a lot of relatable story content. In the last 1 month, I haven't. But go check my posts December backwards. I do a lot of relatable. I tell stories about my escapades in the cake industry. There are things, my family, where I go and stuff like that. I tell you things that have happened in my past, right? And things I'm going through. I talk about myself a lot because it is important for me to put myself out there. You know the kind of person I am, so you will know whether I'm the kind of person that can coach you to success or not. It's the same thing with you. When you put such information out, customers will know whether you are the kind of person that they can buy from. Because sometimes they buy from you and there's a problem. They want to know how will you handle it. They don't want to wait until it happens for them to know. They want to go through your posts and be able to determine if you are the kind of person that is accommodating, if you are the kind of person that is lovable, if you are the kind of person that is persevering. They want to know. Examples of such, your your journey as a cake baker. One day you can choose to tell them how you came into cake baking. That could be your post for that day. How I became a cake baker. And it could just be a picture of you. You can be in your chef jacket or just you posing normally in the house or something, right? And you write that story as a caption. And with that picture, you just put how I became a cake baker. So that when they are scrolling and they see it, you know, when you are scrolling, you see the picture, the visual, and the first line of the caption. So if you write my journey into cake baking, it will stop people. And they see a picture of you. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not fine. There's no human being that God created that is not fine. Put your picture there. And that first line, how I got into cake baking, people will stop and read. That is a relatable kind of post. Another example, why I love to make traditional African cakes. That can be your first line. Or it can be your first slide in a carousel. Or you can even do it in a video where you are talking, the way I'm talking like this, we call it talking head video. Go ahead, say, one day I was just scrolling through one of the books I found in a shop while I was waiting for a friend, and I saw this extremely exquisite African design they use for prints in Ghana. They said they call it kente, and I looked at it and it struck me that I could make this design in cakes with fondant, even with buttercream. And so I took a picture of it, got back to my studio, and I started working on it. That was how I got into making African designs. And I've gone from that stage to making others. See them in the slides behind. And they go piam piam and they see your other. You've told a story. It is relatable. You are in a shop. You are waiting for a friend. It's relatable. It's human. The kind of things that you do. It's important. Okay? You went to a party with your friends, family function, on your way to church. They are all relatable. But a lot of cake makers just want to be posting cake pictures, cake pictures, cake pictures, cake pictures. We just be seeing cake pictures. We are tired. We are tired. And especially when you are not showing us new designs. It's the same old things you are recycling. We are tired. We don't want to see. Give us new pictures. Give us new pictures and show us other types of content so that we can follow you. That's what we want. That's what we want. So these are the 5 different types of content that if you consistently put them out will hook people who don't even know you and cause them to begin to go through your content and eventually buy from you. Relatable content. Conversion content, your sales content. Don't worry, whenever you post your sales content and you don't have a lot of likes on it, don't worry, it's normal. They have seen it. They all just didn't click on it. Engagement content, educational content, awareness content. So these 5 types of content, you need to make them often. If you have any question, please put them in the chat concerning that. But there's a note of warning I want to give you. One, be consistent in your posting. So if you choose Wednesday as the only day you'll be posting in the week, be consistent and rotate those types of content. Rotate them. Don't just be doing educational. Don't just be doing relatable. You be rotating the 5 different types of content. If you decide you want to post 5 days in a week, rotate those content on those 5 days. That's important. Another thing that you need to know and to do that will draw people, that your content will draw people, is you must always have a call to action. We call it CTA. When you have told them all the story you want to tell them, what should they do to get your product? You must state it clearly. Don't come and say, um, reach out to us for your cakes. I see it sometimes and I'm like, what's this? Call the phone number in my bio to place your order now. You tell them exactly what you want them to do. Click the message button on my page to place your order now. Use the Acbn link in my bio to get into the class now. You tell them what to do and when you want them to do it. Very important. Every post. It doesn't have to be the same thing you want them to do, right? But you must tell them clearly what you want them to do. Sometimes all you want to tell them is save this post because you will need it in the future. That is a call to action. Save this post because you will need it in the future. It is a proper call to action. All right. There are different call to actions. These are all spelled out in that course that I'm telling you about. So also, make sure you are using your IG stories. A lot of cookbookers are not using IG stories. Use your IG stories because some people just come, they don't have so much time. They get on Instagram and all they are doing is just scrolling on the stories. That's all. They are not even looking at the feed. So make sure you are using your stories often and also use DM marketing. DM marketing is a whole course on its own. Let me just give you a brief. You found somebody who is likely to be your customer, you get into their DM. Hi, I am Stacy Cakes. I came across this post of yours and I love the fact that you matched your jacket with your shirt instead of your pants. I love it whenever that happens. Do you know that I've marketed myself? Because I've told you, Stacy Cakes. But for that person to relate with me, I have to tell that person something nice about himself. Something nice about himself. I see your post. Oh, I've been looking for this type of dress. Would you be kind enough to tell me where to get one if you're in Lagos? I am Ayo. I bake cakes in Ikoyi. I've left that message there in the DM. That's DM marketing. I've told you my name. I've told you what I do. I've told you my location. That is not part of content. So, are there any questions so far? Anyone? I can't see any yet. So, we'll keep going. Let's come because I told you that there are three things. Oh my God, it's 1 hour we'll be here. There are three things that I want to teach you tonight. So, I've given you examples of these types of content. I can drop a sheet or two for you in the Acbn community outlining this content and giving you examples, maybe three examples of each, just to be a guide for those who would really use it. Because most often when you drop stuff for people and it's free, they don't get to use it. So if you're going to use it, if I drop it in the Acbn community, please type yes, I will use it there so that I'll know whether it is worth using or not. If I don't have up to 50, I will use it. Then forget it. I'm not gonna do it. So let's know if you're going to use it. The 5 different types of content, and I'm going to give you 3 examples of each one so that it guides you to create your own. Let's see how many yes, I will use it that we can get. And that will help me to determine. Better start gingering one another. Say, come and type yes, I will use it. Okay? I'm seeing some. They're not even up to 20 yet. They're not up to 20. Ginger your friends, oh. Ginger, 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 ginger. Let me go to something else that is very important that you need to know. You see all this type of content that we are talking about. There is an overarching principle that will make it blow. I've mentioned it already, but you may not have caught it when I said it. It is called storytelling. 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 If while you were, for those who read the Bible, for those who read the Bible, when you look at Jesus Christ, every time he was teaching people, he used examples of things that were around them. The farmer went to sow. That's a story from Jesus. The farmer went into the farm to sow. Some fell on good ground, some fell on the rock, some fell by the wayside. That's something that happens on a regular. He used it to teach them a principle. The other day, they were going on a journey. They got into a farm. They were hungry and they did not find any grains to eat. And Jesus said, you this tree, you don't have grains anymore. That is a life example. That is a life example, right? That is a life example. So many stories that Jesus told, they're not even coming to my head now. Stories that Jesus told in the Bible. There was an instance when he said, let little children come unto me, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Jesus was a master storyteller just to help his audience understand what he was trying to teach them. Now, you can also employ storytelling to draw people close to you to buy your goods, right? All the 5 types of content, you can engage storytelling. And what is storytelling anyway? Because if you don't understand it, then you can't use it. It's the art of using narratives of things that have happened to you or things that are happening around you or happened around you to bring forth a lesson, promote a product, or engage people. So you're telling a story about something that's happened, something personal, or something you've seen, and you use it to engage people, tell them about your product, teach them the lesson you want to teach, but you are weaving it around personal experiences, emotions, and real life situations. So you want to ask yourself what things, if you are the kind of person that sits and thinks back, you will be able to come up with experiences you had in the past as a child. What were your experiences in your father's house or in your guardian's house? And you will find one or two things that it relates to in your cake business. Push it out as your content. That will stand you out from others. By the time people have read your stories 5 times, they will keep coming back because you are talking about things that makes them also think about their own situation. Maybe exactly what happened to you or something similar that happened to you in your father's house is what happened to them too. They will be looking for more stories. Human beings, we love to hear stories, and it helps us to understand things better. Why did I tell you my story, my journey in the cake industry before I started? It was storytelling to draw you in, make you bond with me. That's what it is. That's what it is. You should do the same for your customers. I remember when I was in primary two, I was accused of stealing a ruler. I had a ruler, but my own ruler did not have the kind of demarcations that the teacher wanted us to use. Another student had a ruler that had that demarcation, so we were all borrowing from him. But he happened to be my friend. So when I borrowed from him, he now told me when I finished using it, I should keep it in my locker. He doesn't want, because he had finished his work. The teacher was out, he gave us an assignment to do so that it doesn't get lost. He doesn't want to be looking for it. And I said, okay. So when I finished using it, I said, so, I've put it in my locker. And then when the teacher came, and some of them had not finished the assignment, they said that they didn't have ruler, and Ayo Tunde stole somebody's ruler so that they could not work. I don't know. They were saying, yes, she stole it, she stole it. Then the teacher asked the owner of the ruler, okay, where's the ruler? I brought out the ruler. Whose ruler is this? I pointed to the owner. Did she steal your ruler? I said, no. I asked her to keep it. And all the whole class were shouting, no, it's a lie. He's trying to cover her up. He's trying to cover her up. If I tell that kind of story and I relate it to something cake, you will come back tomorrow to read more because you want to know what eventually happened to me. Storytelling, it helps you to connect people to yourself, to your brand, to your offers. It's a perfect way to connect because of the emotions that such stories come with. Human beings are highly emotional. We even buy with emotions. Sometimes we don't need the thing, but because we have been connected to this, we say, I'm going to buy it, even though I don't need it. I'll find somebody to give. How many of you have bought things like that before? You really don't need it. I'll find somebody to give. Then when you take it to my say, and I've not found the thing will be there for months and months. But you bought it because there was a connection forged with the seller. The connection could be, the emotion could be pity, could be sympathy, it could be caring, it could be love, it could be any kind of emotion. But an emotion was forged that made you make that purchase. That is the kind of thing that you want to do with your content. Engage storytelling. Write it in your notes. Always engage storytelling in every type of content you are putting out. Let it have a storytelling. Use it as often as you can. Even if you are 15 years of age, there are some experiences you have had in those 15 years. How much more? You are 30, you are 45, you are 50, you are 43, you are 35. You've had experiences. You can tell those stories. If you are going to grow your business, you must be ready to share. You must be vulnerable. It's that vulnerability that endears people to you. Storytelling, write it down. Engage storytelling in your content creation. Engage storytelling in your content creation. You forge emotional connections. It makes your brand to stand out. It will increase your engagement because people who connect with you, they will press like button. It will increase your engagement. You see some people who have watched the video, they'll come back and watch it again. It forges engagement, and it's that engagement that you need. The more people engage with your content, the more likely they are to buy. The more people who, now listen, there are two different things I'm saying. The more people engage with your posts, the more one person engages with your posts, the more likely he is to buy. And then the more people who engage with your post, the more people who are likely to buy. So it is that engagement that you are looking for. Use those stories to forge that engagement. I did an experiment last year from about September, October, November, December. Yeah, I consistently was using storytelling, and it was just growing my business, growing my engagement, and it was even growing my following. Now in January, I've done another experiment. I've not used storytelling. It has dropped my engagement. So I'm even telling you from apart from what Instagram tells us, apart from what Adam Mosseri, who is CEO of Instagram, tells us, I'm telling you my own personal experience, apart from what research says on internet. So if you don't believe internet, you believe me. If you don't believe me, you believe the maker of Instagram, Abi. You believe one person out of the three sets. Ha. So it increases your engagement and it boosts direct sales. When they connect with your story, they will buy. They don't human beings, when we are buying, we don't think. Oh, it's after we have finished buying that we start thinking. We always buy with emotions and then we'll be thinking later. That's why sometimes you have bought something, you get home and say, why did I buy this thing? Why, what made me buy it? And then you're sitting down and you are almost beating yourself. How did I waste money like this? Emotions. That's what emotions does. And emotions, they can be good or bad emotions. Anger, joy, happiness, whatever. I'm going to share, I've been sharing examples, but let me share this one concise storytelling, engaged in customer story kind of thing. We can't do all of it practically tonight, you see, because of time. But that course that I created, I'm going to tell you about that course now. That course that I created, I'm going to tell you about it so that you know what it is all about and you know whether it is something that you need in your business. Now, let me give you an example of storytelling, the impact of your cake on others. A customer ordered a surprise birthday cake. Listen to my story. Oh. A customer ordered a surprise birthday cake for her husband. When she sent me the video of him cutting the cake and tearing up because of the design, that is crying, tears, tearing up because of the design, I knew I was doing something more than just baking. I was creating memories. You see how an experience has been woven into a customer story. Do you see it? I'm going to read it to you again. A customer ordered a surprise birthday cake for her husband. Then she sent me the video of him cutting the cake and tearing up. Why? That means tears were falling from his eyes because of the design. That was when I knew that I was doing something more than just baking cakes. I was creating memories. People are going to connect with that. Let me tell you the different kinds of people that will connect with that. Those who want to surprise their spouses will connect with that. Those who want to create an impression on others, they will connect to that. Husbands will connect to that. Wives will connect to that. Girlfriend, boyfriends, they will connect to that. Bride to be will connect to that. Do you see the different people who can connect with you just on the basis of this story? Those who want to create lasting memories for other people, they will connect with you. Event planners will connect with you. They will connect with that post. Then tomorrow you are telling another story which has something about your own personal experience. I started baking with my mom in a small kitchen in Lagos. That's another story I'm telling you now. I started baking with my mom in a small kitchen in Lagos. And the first cake I made, it was a total disaster. But today, I make wedding cakes that brings tears of joy. Every cake I bake carries that same love and passion I learned as a child. Simple oh, everything sef, maybe it's not more than 3 sentences. You don't have to tell very long stories. Just bring out the cocoa, the points of the story, that but connect it to your products. I've told that story, just tells you how I started out as a cake baker and where I am now. Let me tell you the kind of people that will connect with that kind of story. Those who have a before story and are trying to make something of their lives. They are trying to change the narrative of their lives, they will connect. Those who have similar stories of how they started and they got to where they are today, like they started doing something as a child and that is what they are doing today, they will connect to that story. Those who are trying to convince their children to do certain things because they've seen the passion the children have for it, they will connect to it. So you'll be drawing a plethora of people in and bonding with them. Storytelling, I told you to write it down. This is the third time I'm telling you. Storytelling connects people to your brand, to your offers, to your personality. Use storytelling in your content. That's the third time. I'm not going to say it again. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Don't mention. You can use storytelling in your reels, you can use it in your carousels, you can use it in live videos, you can use it in your captions, you can use it in every aspect of your post. You can use it in every aspect of your post. There is also, to make life easy for everybody, there's a formula for storytelling. There's a formula for storytelling, but I will not, because it's maybe like a 1 hour class on its own. So I won't be able to do it tonight. I will not. It has to do with um hooks, the story, your lesson, emotions, call to action, how you can line them up, and how sometimes some of the stories you tell are stories that you make up. There are some that are personal, but it's easier for people to draw from their past and from things they see around rather than make up stories. But there are some who have very vivid, lively imaginations, who can think things up. There was a day I was driving on the streets of Accra and I saw this mother, a woman. She strapped a child to her back, she had a basket on her head, and she was riding a bicycle at the same time. I went after her and I took her picture. I took I didn't stop her. Oh. I stopped and got a good picture of her, and I used it to write content on my Facebook account then. You see what we're talking about? So it's not every time that you take pictures, but you might just type it on your phone, type some keywords on your phone that will help you remember what you saw. Then you come and develop it into a post when you come back. So there's a formula for that, which those who would buy into that course will learn, make their life easy, make their content creation easy, and turn their business around. Let me tell you about this course that I keep mentioning. It's content creation for top bakers in Africa. Having known the problem that most cake bakers have, all our contents, cake bakers in Africa, they all look similar. But you need to stand out from the market, for people to identify you and buy from you the way you want. You want to grow your business beyond the level it is. Then you have to learn how to create captions that stop people from scrolling. You have to learn how to create captions that will convert onlookers to buyers. There are different ways to write them. And they if you learn it, it becomes a part of you. So in this course, we'll learn all these things. I want to actually outline to you what exactly it's in it so that you know. So this one is not a, well, I don't know. You know, you will know. Now, note that we are not talking about hobby bakers here. We're talking about those who want to make money and those who want to grow their business, those who are thinking about legacy, so that after they have grown old, they can pass their business on. We are not talking about those who want to survive, just enough money to be paying their bills. We are talking about those who want to thrive. They want to grow something big that is beyond them, something that will be giving them steady income that they can keep investing and keep saving and keep growing the business. Those are the kind of people that that course is for. If you know that you want to grow your business, then this course is what you need. This is what you are going to get in it. Give me one moment, please, to just scroll to that place so that I can. Where are you now? Those is when. One moment, please. Ooh. So, one, you'll be learning magnetic content and captions that turns passerbys into loyal fans and followers. You are going to master the art of writing compelling stories that showcase your true value, your expertise, and your brand uniqueness. You must be able to show people what is unique about your own brand, what makes your brand different from every other person's own. You must be able to do that. You are going to learn how to master the winning structure, hooks, titles, call to actions. Do you know that there are certain words that you need to use in captions that will make people stop scrolling and read what you have to write? There are certain words. You are going to learn those words and you are going to learn how to craft them into captions that will make people stop, read, connect, and buy. You are going to learn the structure of engaging carousels, engaging reels, pictures, how to align them that will stop people and endear you to them. You will learn a consistent sales system or strategy which employs content creation. And as a bonus in this course that is going to change your entire Instagram outlook, begin to give you higher engagement. It's going to give you higher views and eventually more sales. The bonus you are getting is 10 captions that are ready made for you. So by the time you are finishing the course, you have learned how to create your own caption content. You are going to learn how to use content calendar to make your life easy. Create your content calendar in one day for 1 month. 1 month content in one day. You are going to learn how to do it. What? Yes, I'm telling you. One. That is what I do. 1 month's content in one day. It makes your life easier. You're not sitting down every morning and saying, oh my God, what am I going to write today? What am I going to post today? No, you don't do that. You are wasting time. You save time by doing that. You are going to learn how to pick relevant content buckets to use month after month. Then, as another bonus, you're going to have 30-day consistency content challenge. What that means is that we're all in an accountability group. Everybody who wants to participate, take that bonus. You are there, and every day for 30 days, you come, and when you have posted, you drop the link of your post. Everybody in the group will click on it, look at it, they will go and comment, they will like, they will do whatever, encourage you, and you will do the same for those in the group as well. For 30 days, we are all going to be creating content, because by that time you have learned content bucketing, you have learned content calendar making, you have learned captioning, you've learned CTA, you've learned hooks, you've learned the words that you can use, you've learned how to craft titles. We're going to give you maybe like 20-40 hooks that you can keep manipulating here and there and using. You would have learned all of that. So when it comes to the 30-day challenge, you are just drawing from everything, and you are dropping your posts on a daily basis, and you have a whole gang that are coming to cheer you on Instagram. One of the things on Instagram is that once Instagram sees that within the first 30 minutes of you dropping a post, people begin to interact with it. The artificial intelligence automatically believes that it is a useful post. It will take it and start showing it to people who are not your customers. But if you drop a post and there's no action on it for 30 minutes, it will interpret it as no post. So the first thing you need to do when you drop a post is, you, the person that has dropped post, you make a comment on your post immediately. Hey, I've come to part 3, where I'm showing you how you can make the artificial intelligence in Instagram work for you and bring you sales. That's what I'm teaching you now. I've shown you what you are learning in that course. Moderator, please drop the link for that course. The price for that course is 20,000. But for those of you who are on this call tonight, if you would immediately put your money on it, you are going to get a 25% discount. So whatever the 20,000 naira is in your currency, maybe Kenyan shillings, whether US dollars, whether Zambian kwacha, whether Cameroonian sefa, whether Ghanaian CD, whatever the amount, you are getting 25% off for the within the next 36 hours. So we're starting to count from 10 p.m. tonight. Within 36 hours, if you take this offer, you will get a discount of 25%. If you now don't come in and then, 36 hours has passed, yes, there's still grace. You will get 10% discount after 36 hours. Before 72 hours, you will get 10% discount. But after 72 hours, the price reverts to normal. So for everyone who is here tonight, the link will be dropped in the chat. You can click on it and immediately request to make your own payment, so that you can get your discount on the offer. Within 36 hours, your discount is a whopping 25% off. And the next batch of people after 36 hours, who probably will see it on Instagram or something, they will get 10%. And those who don't even see it at all, they will end up paying the full price. So this is what you get for coming on this program tonight. So part 3 quickly, which is going to be a very short part. How you can make AI. I told you 3 things I'm going to show you tonight. How you can make the AI on Instagram bring you more sales. When you do your post, be the first person to comment on it immediately. Then either save your post or share. You can share to stories, you can share to friends. It depends on what you want to do. But do that within the first few minutes of putting your post up. That will signal to the AI that your post is intelligent. It will signal that your post is intelligent, that your post is necessary, is a good post, and it will begin to show it to non-followers. Okay, number one. Number two, I have said it throughout this course, don't focus on followers, focus on engagement, and focus on views. Views happen when you do reels, so that is what you should focus on. And you can always check it so that you know what type of post, because you know the different types of posts, 5 different types of posts you can make now. When you go to the back end, when we say go to the back end, we mean click on that place that says professional dashboard. When you click on the place that says professional dashboard, there's a lot of information that you get there. It will tell you the accounts that you have reached, the accounts that you have engaged, the total number of followers and how they are increasing, the content you have shared. Under content you have shared, it will show you how many views, especially the reels and the ones that have music. It will show you the reels, your most popular posts. When you see your most popular posts, you will then know the kind of posts that your customers prefer. Then you can do more of those. You can do more of those. I have seen a very sharp divide with what my current customers and viewers are looking at and what they want. I have looked at it with my team, we have identified it, and we are running with it. Okay, you check all those to help you determine which of my posts, which storytelling type do they prefer, which post type do they prefer. Then you do more of those. That does not mean you will leave the others, you do more of those. That's number three. Number four, there's a gentleman on Instagram called Adam Mosseri. Adam Mosseri. His name is Adam Mosseri. He is the CEO of Instagram. Please go and follow him. Every week, he puts out a post telling us something about Instagram that will help your marketing efforts. So you can learn directly from the person who is programming the AI. You see why I say the AI can help you to sell? I have learned and have put into practice the things I learned from Adam, and they are working for me and bringing more people into my community. That is how to do stuff. I once said to the people in my premium community, if you want to consistently have sales on social media, especially Instagram, be ready to devote 2 hours a day to marketing on Instagram, not to scrolling, no, not to going to be checking other cake bakers, but to doing marketing on Instagram. In that course, I will tell you what things constitute marketing that you should be doing within those 2 hours a day. You can do 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, and it will drastically change your engagement and bring in more sales. There are also other things that you need to do when you come to put your post on Instagram. You cannot just drop your post there and go into the bakery and be baking. You are CEO. Your most important responsibility is how to grow your business, not how to bake cakes. Your most important responsibility is how to grow your business, not how to make cakes. You can teach people to make cakes the way you want, but you need to grow your business yourself because nobody is going to do it for you. The strategies that you need, as I'm teaching you and showing you these strategies, you go and put them into practice on a daily basis. There are certain things, at least 5 of them, that you must do on Instagram whenever you are posting that will help you to have a higher engagement. Number one, before you post, a few minutes before you, number one, you must post at the peak time for your customers. So when you go to this professional dashboard, It brings you to insights. You will see your total followers. When you click on your total followers, you scroll to the very bottom. You will see the section that says most active times, and you see every day of the week. You can click on any day of the week and see when your customers are most active, provided your followers are your customers and they are not cake business owners. You will see when they are most active. That is the time to go and post. For instance, today is Wednesday. My own tells me that my most active times, it ranges from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I will go and post just before 9 a.m. because that is when I have most of my customers coming online from 9 a.m. to 6. My own timing, it's almost level from that 9 to 6. Yours may not be so. Look at the times that they are most active. Just before they get active, you drop your post. Then you begin to engage with the posts of your own followers, engaging with their posts, liking their posts and putting comments. Not just liking, putting comments. Don't do lazy man's job. Like their post, put a comment on it. Like their post, put a comment on it. As you do that, the AI will be showing your own post to more people. Number three, sponsored ads. I don't have money for sponsored ads. Sponsored ads is your marketing budget. You must have a budget to market your goods. It's like Coca-Cola goes to place advert on television. It's the same thing. But the size of your business will determine how much your budget will be. You cannot have the same budget as Coca-Cola. You see a business that is thriving, that is making 50 million a month, your marketing budget cannot be the same if you are making 5 million a month. But you must have a marketing budget which you will spend on sponsored ads. So if you have like a Valentine offer, you sponsor a very good post for it, so that many more people who don't know you, Instagram will bring them and you can sell more. If it is that you want them to know what you are doing, maybe there's no offer to give, do brand visibility sponsored ads, so that more and more people will be seeing your post, and then you have more engagement and more followers. I've told you 4 things that you need to do. Your explore page is not there for fun. Your explore page is a place where you go and you indicate to Instagram the kind of posts you like. If all the posts you are watching is Tunde Ednot, and if that's all the posts you are watching on your explore page, you are telling the AI that that is what it should be showing you. If it is Gist Naija that you are watching there, that is what it will be showing you. But if you are looking for cake designs, and when you see it, you say you are interested in this cake design, you are interested, it will start showing you cake designs. You should also indicate that you are interested in content creation. When you see anybody who's writing about content, read it and click on it, that you are interested, so that it will bring more for you. Then you can learn more and practice more, get more engagement and make more sales. They follow after each other. It is a process. If you don't start and keep going, you cannot get to the end point of making sales. This is what this is about. This back end is not for fun. It's not for Instagram. It's for you to understand what is happening on your page. I can see there that most of the people who engage with my posts are women. 84.4% of them are women. So when I want to advertise, do sponsored ads, I will concentrate on women. I can see the age brackets of those who relate with my posts. It helps me to know the kind of people I am looking for. Do you see? The cities where people are engaging with me. I have a lot of African cities because I interact with Africa. You see that? All of that are there for you to understand what is happening and make use of it. Content you've shared. It shows me all the contents I've shared. It shows me the views. It shows me the engagement so that I know the kind of content to put out. Right? So stop looking at, hey, my followers. I had 2,000 followers. Now I have 1,200. Instagram is stealing my followers. Leave followers alone. Go after engagement. I would like to take questions at this point. I would like to take questions. The link for you to get to know more about this content creation course has been dropped in the chat. All you need to copy it or click on it if it's clickable, but it's not looking clickable from here. Um, Copy it is a very simple one, 44JPU7. Click on it, you get all the information about this content creation course, which is a 2 weeks course, not every day. We'll do all our work practicals in 2 weeks, and then we go straight ahead into the 30-day challenge, which is a bonus. I have not charged for 30-day challenge because if I'm to charge for 30-day challenge, we're going to be talking about 100K plus, because that means I'm looking at all your content and making sure that you're doing the right thing. Oh boy, that's a lot of work for a lot of people. But you want to learn how to create your own content the simplest, easiest way. My premium club will tell you that they learn easily because I'll give you all the tools that you need. I don't hold back anything from anybody because my heart is to grow the cake industry in Africa. That is what I'm here for. To make sure that the total GDP of the cake industry in each African country is so high that every government has to recognize the cake industry. Currently, there's no country that recognizes the cake industry in Africa. None. Because the income we are bringing is still low. My heart's desire is to help each of you here and many more people out there grow their income so that when we put it together, we become a formidable force. Our society will listen to us, they will reckon with us, we become policy makers, we can be appointed into positions of authority, and we can carry what is on the inside of us and use it to be a blessing to others. That is my heart. And so I don't keep any information from anybody, I give it all out to you. So go check that link, read about that course, and immediately make your payment. 36 hours, before 36 hours, you get 25% discount. After 36 hours, 10% discount. After 72 hours, you pay the full price. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. I'm happy I'm here now. Glad, please, the link isn't clickable. Please copy it. Copy that link. It may not be clickable in the comments. I don't know how to do that. Let me see. HT, it's a WA link. Yeah, link. Yeah, it is. Please, can you put the HTTPS behind it and see whether that will make it clickable? JPU7. Maybe that will make it clickable. I think. I'm not sure. HTTPS. Where are you? Pam, pam, pam. You could try that. I don't know. Try that and see for APU. You could also, in the ACBN community, if you go there now, the information is also there. The link is there, so you can also click from there. You can also click from there. I'm going to end this class here. If you have questions, please let me know. Moderator, are there any questions in the group? Let's see whether the class is the content creation course for top bakers in Africa is a practical course. As I teach you, you practice right in class. It's not go home and practice and come. No, you practice right in class. So you don't forget what you have learned. That's how it is. It is that is what that course is about. I want to see if there are any questions in the community. I cannot see any. I hope the person who said she couldn't connect to YouTube has been able to connect. Is likely to have been a network issue. Sometimes the network can be very funny. Click on that link and get all the information. We have all the information that you need concerning that course in there. And just go ahead and you see, some people are just coming to request to join ACBN. It's it. But, we will put up the replay of this for a few days, maybe 48 hours before we take it down, so that those who maybe because of network were not able to join the class will also be able to take the um, class and then also get their own discount. Okay, so somebody says, I'm not a cake baker. Can I also be a part of this course? Yes, you can, because you would learn. The examples we will give in class will be cake, but you can translate it into your own business. You can be a part of the course. It's the same principles, it's everything the same. It's just that you are relating it to another industry. Yes, go click on the link and get into that course. Get there. There are limited seats, so it's first come first serve, and that first come is you pay, you get into class. When I have the number of people that I can handle, which is, no, don't let me tell you, I'm going to close that class. And when I close that class, it will take another probably 3 months for us to reopen the course again, because we have the Cameroon Bakers Summit coming up in March, and we have the Ghana Bakers Summit coming up in April. So, Ghana people, Bakers Summit with Coach Ayo is coming to Ghana. Cameroon Bakers Summit is coming with Coach Ayo to Cameroon. Look forward to it. We've got a venue for Cameroon already, so the information is going to go full blast at the end of this week. And Ghana, your own information is also coming. Get ready, get prepared, because you must grow your business. Get your goals ready, and we're going to work in class. But right now, click on this link and go get your seat in that class. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I would like to know what you learned from this class. Put it in the chat. Just one thing that you learned in this class tonight. I would love to know whether it was worth your time or it was just a waste of time. Just put in the chat, what did you learn? Just one thing. Each person, one thing. Just let's see. Yeah, I'm glad. Yes, thank you. Because yes, I shared insights, but I want to know one thing specifically that you learned. One thing specifically that you learned. One thing specifically that you learned. Some people want to know how much um, this program costs in their own currency. I will tell you, there's no problem about that. We have it in the different currencies. Um, yeah. So I'm going to just tell you the actual rate, and then you can just discount it either by 25% or by 10%. In Naira, it is 20,000. In Ghana cedis, it's 200 cedis. In Cameroon CFA, it is 10,000. In Kenya shillings, it's 2,500. In Zimbabwe kwacha, it is 550. Tanzania shillings, 40,000. Sierra Leone is 285,000. And in USD, it is 15. That is the real rate. But if you sign in and you make your payment before 36 hours, counting from 10 p.m. tonight, you get a 25% discount. If you do it in 72 hours, you get a 10% discount on that price. Okay, somebody said she learned engagement content. Thank you. Okay, somebody enjoyed the detailed explanation on content creation. I learned that storytelling is the perfect tool for me to use for more engagement in my content. Thank you very much for letting us know. Okay, you learned so much. One thing I learned is that I need to include storytelling in my content. It makes you more relatable. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned that. Latoya, Sweet Tooth Palace, I see you. You learned a perfect tool for more engagement in your content. Um, Belinda Togbo, I believe that is Trailblazer. Oboshe, she loves the storytelling post and she can think of plenty. Haha, that's great. Thank you, Christiana. You learned the engagement content. That's fantastic. I want, as you have learned, that you should go and practice. Okay, Mofinyi follower says she learned the kind of content to put out. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were all part of this class. Is there any other person that wants to tell us what they learned? Can they learn that how to organize content? That's fantastic. Yes, Elizabeth learned that she can use storytelling in reels. Yes, you do reels, but you didn't know you could tell stories. So it's time to getting stories and getting my engagement. Flourishing Burst learned is uh, important to engage with followers and also the power of storytelling. Yep. Zikach Kuyet learns post different types of content. Fantastic. Yes, there are 5 different types of content you can rotate and post. Mm-hmm. Adebolale has learned to include storytelling in her reels. You put it in reels, you put it in stories, you put it, in IG stories. You put it in even in your caption. People will stop and they will read. Yeah, you'll be surprised. All those stories about people don't read is because it's not stories. If it's story, they will read. They will read. Post different types of content. Yeah. Any other person wants to tell us what they learned before we close down tonight? Thank you very much for being a part of this class. It's been a pleasure teaching you. You're a wonderful audience. I hope to see you within the ACBN community. Don't keep quiet. Participate in all the activities in the ACBN community and get ready for Baker Summit in your own country. We've done Nigeria, so we're going now to Cameroon, we're going to Ghana, we're going to Burundi, Kenya, Tanzania. So get ready for that. But engage in the ACBN, African Cake Bakers Network community. Ask questions there. There are people to answer. I'm always there to answer. We have community managers who also work diligently in that group. You can ask them questions, and you can also be a blessing to others who also ask questions. And when we have assignments or we have interactions, please don't keep quiet. Let's all grow together. Have a wonderful evening. God bless you all. Thank you very much for coming. Bye.